Hello and welcome to an odd video that I did not expect to record today. I woke up and I saw one of my best friends was going into Heroes of the Storm ranked mode in North America. Oh my god. My heart breaks for him, but I am so interested in watching this train wreck. So for those that don't know, Walter has been around Heroes of the Storm since the beginning. He has been a loyal content creator, continuing to play it. I don't know how he does it, but he does. Heroes of the Storm is probably one of the best MOBAs to ever have been made. However, it has fallen to the wayside and has been very, very rough to play, especially in the North America region. After 2018, the game itself was dropped by Blizzard in terms of competitive esports and slowly siphoned off its development base and became a shell of itself. And so watching Walter going into ranked when he missed out on the heyday is fascinating to me. Absolutely. Because you're playing in a game mode that no one cares about in North America anymore. And I'm convinced that the only people that play Heroes of the Storm competitively are people that are either getting paid now, a content creator, or people that can't play other MOBAs. And I know it's a really negative outlook, but it really feels that way. So I'm curious to see how his games go. I thought I would check them out, maybe have some commentary, maybe some pointers to help win in this wasteland of Heroes of the Storm ranked. And we'll see how it goes. So, it looks like, let's go ahead and pause this video really quickly. He's playing Blaze in the top lane, which is okay on this map. The wave clear was nerfed back in like 2017 on Blaze, so he's manageable, but you're going to have mana issues if you're going against a proper top laner, and he's playing against Hogger, who doesn't have any mana. So it's going to be really, really rough. So he should be able to hold his own, but in terms of control, he's probably going to miss out on that. He'll win the first couple of waves, but once you burn your mana around 40%, you just get stuck in a weird spot. And one of the ways that you can counter this is like have like a Brightwing on your composition. They can rotate up, give you a health boost, like you trade the 2-on-1s and whatnot. But he's going to be alone on an island, basically. The only thing that's going to help him out a lot is he does have Genji on his side, and Genji is a great rotator and should be coming over the top lane. In fact, if you're playing maps like Dragonshire, Braxis Holdout, things like that, Genji should be consistently rotating and looking for 2-on-1s in the early game to get you up to level 10 and to win map objectives. So we'll see if that works. Now, I don't know what rank he's at in this match. I'm assuming when you're playing Heroes of the Storm and you haven't put time into it, you're anywhere from bronze to like plat. The matchmaking can kind of be all over the place based on placement matches, so we'll see how it goes. And check the quality. I am curious to see what he's going to pick up. I do believe one of the most important things for him to pick up here is going to be new habits. You're against a Varian and a Chromie. Temporal Loop, you can counter it. You can also counter the level 4 taunt that's coming in from Varian. Valkyrie, I mean, gosh, you can't stop the polymorph, but it's still pretty helpful in that regard. And then Hogger as well has some decent CC that you can get around. New habits is going to be a really strong pick here. And you naturally build into it thanks to Braxis Holdout having a couple of regen globes, one on the top side and then one on the wave. And you can pretty much out-rotate Hogger. You won't be able to out-trade him on mini waves, but you should be able to build that up pretty quickly. So we'll see if he picks up. I know a lot of people do pick up the Sim Pack to have one-on-one trades at lower levels. It's really not that great. And is able to dip out of situations pretty fast if he doesn't. You should be grabbing that bush. You don't get the first hit on Hogger. You want to start trying to annoy him. I don't think I'm going to change up my setup much from what we did in We'll see how this goes. What I am going to do is attack this lane as fast as possible. Pick up the back wave. Yes. I want it to die. So my team missing some auto attacks. Really got to work on his orb walking. So I'm going to be like aggressive here. It's rough in rain because, like, Walter fucking loves haunts. Like, he just loves Blizzard games, right? Like, I don't know, man. Even the company's kind of fallen off and kind of, like, really upset me in the last couple of years. You know, there is some enduring stuff about their games, right? But when it comes to, like, competitive gameplay and whatnot, you can't really play to have fun. The fun is getting down to perfection in this game. And right now, like, missing out a lot on trades. Like, this would work in League of Legends because the minions do damage in that game, but not so much here. So he's just taking a lot of, like, really poor trades. Gotta really clean that up. You definitely want to mix your E in, too, on top of Hogger. It gives you 2 free auto attacks and decent damage. I would rather you use your E rather than your WQ combo because it takes less mana over time, right? And you'll get trades on Hogger. And then you can start trying to control the regen globes, and that's kind of like your main way of getting in. But you're going to start to see the sustain really pay off for this Hogger soon. Now, just sit here and contest this. Fire's good for me. Get that minion wave pushing on the top side. Also, you have a spacing advantage over Hogger. You want to make sure he's not getting his melee attacks over you. Like, if he's hitting you, you're gonna be losing the trades, but you should be able to space it. Ooh, big flank coming in from the top side. Don't walk in a straight line! Oof. First game of the day. A little rough, but that's okay. Bottom lane being lost out on, and this is kind of the issue with Blaze. I think this is where, like, if you're on this map, if you get a top laner, you want things like Rexar, Dahaka, Artanis can be okay, but not amazing. Mostly because he gets one-on-ones, and you can start to wear people down. But you have to watch out for your wave clear. Rotating up, okay. Don't mind it. Honestly, stop lighting the fire unless you know you're gonna have an exchange where you're standing in it, you're getting attacked, and you're getting healed. It's costing you a lot of mana, and you also prevent yourself from the slow. So one of the things that's like really interesting about Blaze at high level play is that his W has an incredible slow on it, but the moment you ignite it, you lose the W. So you want to put the W down on it, use that movement speed that you have advantage over them, get behind them so they can't leave, body block them, then ignite it, right? Use that W because you have 2 charges of it to constantly slow down your opponent and put them in weird spots where Blaze can bully them out. It's like why he's so strong.
Kael'thas is still dead. It's going to be a second before he
okay. Should have tried to go for an E on that variant underneath the tower. Finally does it. There you go. Nice. Well done. Bit of a weird rotation with Murden going on the top side. That's where Genji should have been rotating, right? So this is like the bane of solo queuing in Storm League is like the things that should work aren't done by people because they don't know, right? Like a lot of these players that are in North America just don't give a fuck, or just straight up hasn't watched any competitive gameplay, right? So this Genji thing in the bottom lane this entire time is actually hurting his team, right? Genji isn't good in even numbers. He always wants to have a slight advantage and wants to like show up with his bounce speed, things like that. Also, don't take the Hydras here. The Hydras do most of the damage in this composition. Guardian is decent damage too, but it's slower. The Hydras have high attack speed. So you want to try to really avoid that or clear those out first. Ooh, eating a lot of damage here. Ooh. Anduin's doing a good job keeping everyone alive, though. Nice job by him. Good news is level. Oh, engage on that. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. I think he got hit with a stun. There it is. Finally finds a pick. Nicely done. Okay, so now you can get up here and tank this. Probably want to wait for like one more Anduin hail, and then you want to go up and tank it. It's very important to save this wall. If a wall ever goes down, ever on a first objective, especially on your keep, you're setting yourself up for the second follow-up to be so devastating, right? If a boss comes down here and there's no wall, it gets a keep. This wall is a speed bump that you always want to try and protect. So definitely after you've cleared up the minions or the opposing team, you want to come over here and clean this stuff out, and they're doing that now. Like losing a fort on the first objective on any map is rough, dude. The only map that I think I expect to lose a fort on the first objective with proper wave clear is maybe Volskaya Foundry. Because you can't manipulate the AI there, right? It's PvP. But every other map, you should be able, on the first objective, pre-7 minutes, be able to defend it. If you're playing the game well, right? And that's not like me saying it towards Walter. I'm just saying like in the game itself, right? That's my expectation when I'm playing. Okay, well, so far, able to soak the waves, controlling the bottom side. Top lane's been rotated. You would typically see this rotation because on this map for Braxis Holdout, if anyone's wondering why we see the 4 going up here, this is proper. You're going to have your first objective on the bottom side, and then your second objective will be on the top side, right? So you want to have your 4 already in that position to help out with the wave clear. Your goal as the offlaner is to push the wave, especially if you see multiple people in the top lane, like the Sea Hogger here. You want to be pushing this wave, make it crash, and then maybe come over and do this, but this will take you way too long unless somebody's already there. You want to have this crash and start taking out the wall, because remember that thing I talked about earlier, where if you have the wall missing here, if you get the wall down as a side laner, that means you secure the next objective going onto the fort and taking it away, right? Good job coming over here, though. Good find. This is not something that you'll see pretty often, a lot of people. But Walter able to find it. Thanks this person being greedy. I would have actually turned around and grabbed the objective because the Cassia can't fight me over it, and now they can rotate and stop me, right? So the better play there would have been to fully engage on the Cassia, get her low on HP, and because there was a couple of minions that were low, take that away and have it come down and Siege's fort while you push here, right? That would have been a better play overall instead of keeping the Cassia and not getting a kill. You've effectively done nothing here. And you also miss some experience that are turning into small globes. So, good idea, but execution needed to be better.
Make sure that they aren't taking that again in a second.
Because now they're going to be able to come down here and grab this experience, see how you give them the same experience. Like, you effectively wasted a push, and you didn't take away a camp, and they're going to take that camp anyways. Like, it was a waste of time. And this is the kind of stuff in rank that you have to be perfect on, because your teammates aren't going to be perfect on it. You have to assume that you are the best player in the match, and you need to play like it in order to win. Trying to escape. Nice escape. Good patience there. Team is rotating down. There is a chance there. Like, if you see your team is rotating down the map, on the mini-map, maybe turn around and bait your ass, you know? Be like, maybe come get me. People in Storm League, I've been talking smack on people in Storm League. To give them credit, they all love to fight. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing is up to you for you to decide. If you see two people on you and they've used all of their abilities and you have about a quarter HP, you can turn around and bait and let the rotation come in. Because one good thing about Murden and Genji is they're very good at jumping on a target. So that could have been a nice bait from Walter there. I don't think you win this fight. With your D, it's helpful. D is very helpful. Cassie does walk away. Genji's rotating down. Okay, now you can secure this. Beautiful. That wave at the bottom needs to be cleared up. And here, all you need to really kill out is the Raven and then the minion waves, and the rest will get cleared up by your turrets and minions. Don't need to worry about the front line that much.
They are contesting now. Friendly team is here. Hopefully we can move up together. That would be great.
Down a full level, can't do anything. This is like from poor macro in the early game and losing the fort, right? This is why losing the fort in the early game is such a big deal. Right here. This is why, like, if you lose a fort, you're fucked going into any second objective in Heroes of the Storm, because you find yourself 10-9 on the second objective phase. And now you can't contest because you fit further behind. So you have to give it away, which puts you even further behind. It is so important in the early game that if you lose an objective, that you defend it while soaking every single wave available to you, right? So, like, you can't contest this. I would just go soak 10. Getting 10 is a priority here. This is, like, kind of over.
Enemy team's level 10.
Yep. He comes in for the engage. Turn around, get fire off. Perfect. Bright Wings rotating down. That's another part too, is macro gets even more extrapolated by having any type of globals on the map. So just like looking at the drafts and saying, oh, they have a Bright Wing, they have a Falstad, they have a Dahaka. You just have to immediately just make the decision as a team that you don't fall behind macro-wise. And if you're going to be playing the side lane, that's your job. Your job is to do everything you can to get to 10 as quickly as possible. That can come in the form of kills, it can come in the form of soaking, objectives, things like that. But this is Brex's holdout. Now that you're behind on 2 objectives now, it's pretty much game over in the mind of like a high-level player that's playing ranked, right? Good news is, you guys have hit 10. You have good AoE between Kelthos and Blaze. Oh, he went combustion over bunker. Not bad. But here's the issue with going Blaze, and it's been a while, so I might be wrong on this, but Brightwing can polymorph the moment you hit your combustion, and it instantly pops for the minimal amount of damage, right? So you're just kind of fucked. Taunt can hit you as well, to lock you over. Like, it's just a really, really rough thing to do. Now, you could have offset it by your level 1 choice not being your stim pack. That allows you to go for the attack speed, and you went for the unstoppable instead. That would allow for you to pop your ultimate, pop your unstoppable, and maybe get through some of that. But regardless, bunker is usually a better tool in general. It being able to wave block, being able to hold a position, the DPS that can come out of your entire team if they hop into it, which again, you're at the mercy of your teammates at that point, but still bunker is just such a great oh shit button. It's so hard to pass up on, especially in ranked. Okay, throw your W's down first if you ever do want to engage these. Remember that slow is so important, and I probably would have actually engaged there. There was no Hogger, and your entire team was in the area.
Genji really has any objective damage anyway, but
Genji actually has really good damage on this map. He's actually a cheese pick because of his level 7 talent, perfect defense. Walter just said that Genji didn't have any good objective damage. I think that means he meant like wave clear. His wave clear is kind of ass, which it is. But for this map, Genji's actually a great cheese pick. If you find a pick or two, literally the top laner in Genji can go straight to the objective here. Perfect defense can be applied on his little fast attack speed thing. It completely gives him a brand new cooldown on that W with decent damage, and you burn down at the boss so fast. Genji is actually worthy of a ban on this map.
kept the fire going.
Because of that tool. I don't know if he took it. You'll have to hit tab and look at the talents when that's happening, but it's something to consider.
Unfortunately, they are just dying.
For those of you that wonder why I get so tilted in HOTS ranked, it's because I'm thinking of all this stuff when I'm playing. And it makes me sad that no one else is thinking about all this stuff, and it kind of just ruins the game for me. But I don't know. That's just North America Hot's life, and at some point you have to give up on the dream. It's kind of where I where I landed on it, you know. I really hope Walter enjoys this climb, but it's going to be a frustrating experience. Really good engage here. Go for the Cassia. W first. W first, Walter. Okay, so W first. It comes out really quickly. There's no animation on it, and then you can immediately pop into your E, because you can animation cancel it. So you W the back line. Now, what happened is Hogger got in the way here, but in the future, always do a W on the back line to hit a support or a DPS, and then you want to try and E them after you hit that slow. They can't dodge it unless they have a fast mobility skill. It's so strong.
Fires down.
Like, Bunker would be huge here. Combustion comes in, but Brightwing navigates it with one button, and now you're stuck in a position where you die, right? Bunker would have been huge. W, E engage, do full damage. The moment they start looking at you, jump into the bunker, pop back out, pop your D, do some damage, pop bunker the bunker, do some micro. Your team can maybe join you, and you clean it up, right?
But maybe there are other factors in play.
It's okay.
Maybe there's a curse.
We learn a lot when we're losing. That's for sure. So in this position, you're very behind, 3 levels down, which is pretty much a death sentence on Brax's holdout. Essentially, you're gonna have to make a play here. I would try to farm 13 as quickly as I can, get it before my opponents get to 16, and then run at their face. If they're good players, they will back away and farm level 16 and take the objective afterwards, but you will get a little bit of objective, which gives you a chance to win. Just saw both mercenary camps be grabbed. They could be split. They could be rotating down on you guys. They do have a talent advantage, so if they rotate on you guys, they're going to lose the fight.
They're slowed.
2 are slowed, but you're missing your main tank. Bunker would be huge here. You could just bunker and then back away. Light bomb goes off. E out. Nice. WQs in the back line. I would just use the W to slow them down and not burn them, because the burn damage is not going to do anything, right? Combustion. Ooh, this is so scary. Slows. Use that oil, man. Use that oil. It's so OP. Okay, Phoenix comes out, just trying to clear up things. Yeah, this game looks pretty much over at this point. Things I would give for Walter here is we need to change that build up and start figuring out how to use it. Like, the build can work if you have a frontline tank that you're going to be playing with, right? Like, this is a build that I want to go if I'm not soloing. But because he's soloing, he's kind of forced to go a certain build, and this is kind of like how ranked is, right? There's certain things that do pop out more, that are more effective tools, that translate better into team fights and whatnot. And this current build that he's going is really good if you have coordinated teammates on a microphone, or if you're like in the 4-man. But in this case, I think this build is really hurting him in terms of setting up the team. Okay, and then on top of that, I would really, really recommend identifying what the strengths are of the opposing team and doing everything in your power if you're a side laner to make sure they can't get that strength. If you see a global like we see here, okay, we need to make sure that we are similar on levels the entire game, and I will sacrifice my team in fights if I have to make sure that I'm getting experience and opening up the map, right? Things like that. Also on Blaze, really work on putting that W out first, and then make conscious decisions about burning, right? Like your next 2 or 3 times that you play Blaze, like put your oil out and think, okay, do I want to set that on fire? Things like that, you know? He tried to compliment his teammates. Sometimes that works in Hero League, but honestly, I'm of the opinion not to compliment anybody in Storm League that's throwing up like constantly, because they need to learn the game. But I'm also over everyone's BS. I spent years playing Heroes of the Storm League, and man, it really breaks your mental to be kind to people. It really does. 16 to 13 keeps going down. Yeah, so the only way at this point, if you ever are this behind and you want to win, is you have to wait for an entire 5-man respawn. You need to either catch them before the Zerg wave hits you, or go behind the Zerg wave and kill them. It's really hard to do, though. Brax's holdout is just not a map that you want to be 3 levels down on. It's rough. Yeah, he's using Light Bomb. This Anduin knows it's done as well. Bit of a rough start to the Storm League ranked, but that's okay. Hopefully we learned a lot from it, and we can move on. That's all you can really do in Storm League, right? Sometimes you're going to have these games that are just stomps. And so you have to objectively watch the replays, look at your builds, figure out what exactly is going on. I do like them coming up here and trying to fight this. This is the way to do it.
And then back the fuck up. Back on
There's a talent that's in
core.
Blaze's kit that gives you armor if you use your E and connect it on an opponent. I would really recommend it for Blaze for the next couple of times that you play him. Put yourself in a situation where you're able to tank a little bit more damage. But overall, looks like we're going to have to wait for the next game and see how it goes from there. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know in the comments below. Obviously, I just kind of recorded this on a whim. I haven't talked to Walter yet and see if he's okay with me looking at his games and analyzing them. But I really enjoy commentary, and I enjoy Heroes of Storm when I'm not playing it. So if you want to see more, let me know in the comments below, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching.